Hello, my little brilliant readers. Thank you for joining me for story time. I've got my double gobber and I'm combing my hair because that's what you do with these, right? That's what Sebastian told me. Can you guess who I am? Ursula tried to steal my voice, but true love won and I got my voice back. You guessed it, The Little Mermaid. And today's story is a favorite fairy tale, Little Mermaid. Would you read with me? Come on. The Little Mermaid, favorite fairy tales, retold by Rochelle Larkin, illustrated by Yvette Benek. Once upon a time, in a kingdom deep below the sea, lived a little mermaid. She was very happy there beneath the blue waters, with fish for friends and beautiful shells and sea flowers to play with. The little mermaid was happy, but she was also very curious. She spent many hours swimming to the surface, looking at the sailing ships and the people on them. Sometimes the little mermaid grew curious enough and bold enough to ask King Neptune, who ruled the sea kingdom, about people and their ways. But the king always told her not to ask so many questions, especially about people and the place where they lived, called land. That made her even more curious about a world that was not wet but dry, and where creatures walked on, what do they call them? Oh yeah, legs. That was what she wondered about as she gazed at a ship one day, when suddenly a young man appeared on its deck. The little mermaid couldn't stop looking at him. She swam closer and closer to the ship, trying to figure out who he was. At last, someone approached the young man. It was a servant, and the little mermaid watched as he bowed and called the young man my Lord Frederick. My Lord Frederick! The little mermaid thought it quite the most beautiful name she had ever heard. Alone in her secret cave, the little mermaid sat and dreamed about my Lord Frederick. She knew she had to see him again, and not only see him, but talk with him and walk with him. However will she do that? The little mermaid flicked her tail sadly. Once she had been proud of that tail, shiny and beautiful and strong enough to help her swim the deepest oceans. But now she only wished she could walk someday with the handsome stranger on the ship. King Neptune was angrier than the little mermaid had ever seen him when she went to ask for his help. "Stay in your place," the mighty king roared. But the little mermaid begged and pleaded. At last the king gave in. It wasn't going to be easy. First, she had to find my Lord Frederick. The little mermaid swam all along the ocean crest, back to where she had first seen the ship. At last she saw it. But as the little mermaid came close, a terrible storm broke out. Thunder and lightning made the ocean roar, and the big ship looked very small as it tossed about on the enormous waves. Even the little mermaid, who had seen many storms at sea, was frightened. A great bolt of lightning tore the ship in half. A mighty wave tossed my Lord Frederick into the air and set him down on a tiny island. The little mermaid swam faster than she had ever done in her life. My Lord Frederick lay stretched out on the sand. He was very still. The little mermaid watched over him, fearful that she had found him, but too late. Suddenly, he stirred. He opened his eyes and saw the beautiful little mermaid. "Are you real, or am I dreaming?" he asked, rubbing his eyes. "Or are you an angel?" The little mermaid laughed. "No, I am not an angel," she said. "I am as real as you are." She knew now that King Neptune had caused the storm that brought them together on the little island, and that all of the others on the ship were safe somewhere too. "I'm a mermaid," she told my Lord Frederick. "I live in the ocean as you live on land." "Now we must learn to live in both places," my Lord Frederick declared, "because I will never leave your side. Not ever." And they did learn to live in each other's ways, and so they were at home everywhere in the world and lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed Favorite Fairy Tales, Little Mermaid. I wonder what the lesson of this story is. There are people all over the world, aren't there? And there's living creatures everywhere. We can't live in the ocean, can we? Like the Little Mermaid. And the ocean creatures can't live on land like we do. But we can respect each other, can't we? Imagine how much we could learn about each other's worlds. I hope that we get to learn everything there is to learn about other creatures and other lives and other parts of the world. The same way the Little Mermaid learned about walking on land. Wouldn't you love to dive down into the blue waters of the ocean? And then if we all respect each other, then the world can be a happy place, yes? Yes. Thank you for reading. Thank you for thinking. And mostly, thank you for loving. I love you and I'm proud of you. Keep reading, my friends.